Hello, and welcome to Happy Horror Time. My name is Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert, and we are back with our news commentary. So, Tim, I know it's not quite right after the weekend, but the first thing I wanted to report on was I Know What You Did Last Summer came out this weekend. We saw it. Our review is coming up this following weekend. But it had lukewarm box office performance. It made 13 million domestically, 11.8 million overseas, so total of 24.8 million. Now, remember when we were talking about the tracking numbers?
Yes, I'm actually a little shocked by this, but I'm actually more shocked by the overseas. I mean, do people overseas really like? I know.
Oh, you mean wait? You think it was? You're shocked that it was so much?
Yeah, just because usually, I mean, it just seems like I Know You Did Last Summer seems very American.
I think that's why I think it only got 11.8 million. Remember, overseas includes every other place it could have played, so it wasn't huge. And the thing is, it still made its money back. The budget was 18 million, but now what people are wondering is, are there going to be any more movies or not? In fact, the director, Jennifer Caton Robinson, said she does have a plan in mind as to what would come next if there's a sequel, but wouldn't give details. Now, spoiler alert, if you've seen the movie, there is a mid-credit scene with Brandy and Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I'm pretty sure that's what everybody would want from a sequel.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what's interesting is I thought the director, when they were interviewing her, I thought she was the actress that played Stevie. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh my gosh, they're two separate people.
That is so funny.
I can't be alone in that.
No, I'm visualizing them, and you're right. They have a look to them. It's the brunette, slender face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I never even thought about that. Stevie and the director. Okay. So we obviously, as viewers, are all wondering, are Brandy and Jennifer Love Hewitt going to be like part of a sequel? But the problem is that because the money wasn't like, it's not considered a failure like Megan 2.0. They kind of called it a flop because it made 10 million. This made a little bit more, so it's not like a failure. It just is kind of lukewarm. Apparently, Jennifer Love Hewitt told People magazine, quote, "A sequel could hopefully look like us just being together and having a lot of fun," referring to her and Brandy, "and I'm down. Let's leave no mystery. If there's a seat, I'm there. If they'll have me, I would love it." So meaning, if they're going to do a sequel, it sounds like she'll be on it.
But is it a comedy, or what are they, like two cops on like the trail of a killer? Like, how is that going to work? Because Jennifer Love Hewitt, and spoiler alert, didn't do that much running around in the movie.
No, she didn't. And that's the thing. It would have to be either her and Brandy now are the stars, and they're going to have to engage with whoever the killer is.
And they go back to the Bahamas?
Yeah, that would be great. Or, like, are they still taking a backseat to the younger cast? I don't know. It sounds like Jennifer Love Hewitt is just up for anything. The problem is, will the studios greenlight it? Let us know your thoughts. If you've seen the movie, do you think there should be another movie? I mean, we personally, again, you'll see our feelings in our review, but the one thing I think we definitely are in favor of are seeing Jennifer Love Hewitt and Brandy back somehow. So we'll see. Maybe they'll do a comedy special.
Do you think in like 20 years, we'll look back on I Know You Did Last Summer, 2025, it's just kind of like a Season of the Witch? Just kind of like, just so bonkers?
Not so much Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch is just like total departure, but I think we will look back on it like, what was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, maybe, I just hope I wasn't too hard on it, but I think, I mean, just a very general, because it had all the elements I wanted, and then when it wasn't executed the way I wanted, I was just kind of like,
And again, you can hear all our thoughts in our next episode, but let us know your thoughts on if you want a sequel in the comments. Okay, this is some really exciting news. There's been a ton of Crystal Lake casting news. So first off, this is the biggest one. They have cast the young Jason Voorhees. They cast actor Callum Vinson. Benson.
Oh, it all comes back to I Know You Did Last Summer. I still know.
Now, I don't think you watched Chucky TV series.
I watched the first season.
Okay, so season 3, this actor, Callum Vinson, had a pretty prominent role. He played a young kid. He was one of the president, aka Devon Sawa's kids. So he has done bigger roles before. Apparently, he was also on an episode of Poker Face. Here's the only issue. I remember, and I don't mean to sound harsh, but I remember thinking his acting chops weren't the greatest when I saw Chucky. Now, with that said, I don't think the character of Jason Voorhees as a young kid is going to be like Mr. Personable. So maybe being sort of awkward and weird is a good thing for this character.
I don't want a backstory about Jason. I don't want to, if he's a sympathetic character, I don't want to be sympathized towards Jason.
No, I know. I'm hoping he's really
I don't know.
off.
But then again, we don't know how it was written or how it's going to be executed. So I'm open-minded.
Yeah, but the good thing is that not only have they cast young Jason, and again, I'm willing to give this kid another shot and see how he is as Jason. I'm sure he'll be great. But they've also, this is what was most exciting for me personally, they've also cast a bunch of other characters that are playing younger versions of characters from Friday the 13th Part 1. Now, not any of the counselors, but they've cast Nick Corleone as a younger Ralph, aka Crazy Ralph.
That's cool.
You're all doomed. You know he's going to have that line,
I was just
right?
about to quote it, but you beat me to it.
Okay. They've cast Phoenix Parnevik and Danielle Koch as Barry and Claudette, aka the original first victims in Friday the 13th.
And you know what? They have not been able to find the guy that played Barry.
I thought he died.
Maybe that's why.
That could be why they couldn't find.
I'm not laughing.
Where are you at? Yeah, I thought for some reason he died because I always remember like looking up people.
Is it confirmed that he's passed?
Who knows?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But they are being revived in this series, and then Cameron Scoggins has been cast as Dorf, aka the policeman from Friday the 13th, who was on the motorcycle, played by Ron Milkey in that movie. But I just think it's so genius, so perfect fan service to cast characters that we know from the first one so we can see them in the younger state. What do you think of all this?
I love Friday the 13th. So hearing all of this, because I don't know what Matt's telling me until right now. So I'm loving hearing all of this news.
I was just thinking how excited you must be because, for instance, if and when they do a Halloween TV series, if they take it back to the original show and they cast people as like a younger Dr. Loomis or a younger Laurie like I would be ecstatic.
Well, they kind of did with Halloween Kills, right? A little bit.
What do you
just the beginning. Remember the beginning of Halloween
Kills?
Oh,
but that was just a flashback to 1978.
And it was such an impressive.
It was great. It was
flashback.
Great. I mean, if they ever did like a prequel, but I don't know how they would do a prequel series for Halloween.
Good luck. No one likes that tiny independent film.
Yeah, that tiny record-breaking, amazing classic. Anyway, so none of these actors we've mentioned are like names, but they already have the name in Linda Cardellini playing Pamela Voorhees. So these are all supporting characters. But the other thing that I found out is that it is going to be an 8-episode series.
That's the best.
I was a little disappointed.
Oh, you want more?
I want like 10 or 12 episodes.
If you think about it, it's like 2, 4, 6, 8. That's like
who do we appreciate?
Jason. No, but that's like 4 little movies. That's
no,
great.
You're right. You're right. I guess I didn't think about it that way. It's just when I think of a TV series, remember the days when there was 24 episodes per season?
I think those days are over.
Oh, they are. They are. Yeah. Okay. So, in another piece of news, there is a new Purge film in the works. Apparently, it's coming from the creator of the series, James DeMonaco. Now, the cool thing is that DeMonaco wrote all 5 Purge films and directed 3 of them. So, he is like the Purge guy. So, the fact that he's involved again means it's going to be like the same level of quality if you're a big Purge fan.
Did you watch the Purge TV series?
I didn't, but apparently he also created that. Did you watch it?
I didn't, and now I feel guilty.
I know, it was on for 2 seasons, like 2018, 2019.
My DVR collected them all, and I
Me too. Me too. Same thing with American Horror Story Delicate. Just deleted all those.
I did watch that.
I know. But waste of time.
I make mistakes.
You know, he said that he just finished writing the script for the 6th film with his wife. And the one piece of like news he told everyone is that people's favorite character may be coming back, which people think means Frank Grillo. Remember him in the movies?
I love Frank Grillo, who's in the new Superman.
He played Sergeant Leo Barnes in both the Purge Election Year and the Purge Anarchy. He's become like a fan favorite, so he's kind of alluding to the fact that this guy is back. He also said, and this is so general, there's going to be some real warrior women in this one in a way that they haven't done before. And I'm just like, there've been pretty strong women in these movies.
In the Purge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But he's like, there's going to be some warrior women. So I'm thinking maybe Xena Warrior Princess.
Maybe
she's like, and she comes in. And
oh, wow. Do you remember Marissa Tomei was in a Purge movie?
No, which one?
Gosh. I know that Marissa Tomei was in a Purge movie.
I know Ethan Hawke was in the first one.
Oscar winner.
Ethan Hawke was in the first one. That was my big thing.
But he's not an Oscar
No,
winner.
he isn't.
I mean, but don't get me wrong. I was still impressed with Ethan Hawke and Marissa Tomei.
And this was one other piece of news I learned in this article was that, I think it was on Variety, that the original Purge was inspired by a comment that his wife made after a road rage incident. So I guess it's full circle that they're writing this installment together. But all I'm thinking is they must have had, like, you know, when you have road rage.
Worst road rage.
Road rage. And they're like, either she probably said, God, if I could only kill that person, or if like, oh my God, that guy would have killed us if he could.
Hey, maybe there would be a day where we have 12 hours to do it, whatever, with no accountability.
Yes, let's get all of our rage out. But anyway, so he credits his wife for the series.
I get it. There's times when I get on the freeway and not that I want to murder people, but I do.
I think you do. I think you do. Yeah. I don't know, but you do.
I mean, there is a sense of just like anger
expressing that
you
rage.
Can't control when you're on the freeway for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, like everyone has that rage and even they think for a second, God, I would kill that person. But would you really?
No.
Like when you think about killing someone, like I couldn't even imagine dealing with that for my life.
That's too deep. It's commentary
too
on the
deep.
news.
I know. And just if you are a fan of DeMonico, his latest horror movie, The Home, which stars Pete Davidson, comes out this Friday, July 25th. I've seen the previews for that one. I'm kind of like, eh.
I mean, I would rather talk to Pete Davidson about his time dating Kim Kardashian.
I'd rather talk to him about his huge dick.
Or that.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And his tattoos. Okay. So this one got me really excited because they just announced that, you know, the VHS franchise, they're doing a new installment and it's going to be called VHS Halloween, which means every little short within the movie is going to be Halloween based, which is like music to my fucking ears.
That's awesome. Any relation to Michael Myers?
Michael Myers. No, definitely not going to be. But apparently this is the 7th film in the VHS franchise. I'm so psyched. Obviously, listeners or watchers, if you've stuck with us, you know how much I love all things Halloween. So anything taking place around Halloween, I absolutely love. It's going to be released on Shudder on October 3rd. So perfect time for spooky season.
Spooky season.
Yes. Now, the directors of the installments within VHS Halloween are, I didn't recognize any of these names and I feel bad, but Brian M. Ferguson, who apparently directed something called Pumpkin Guts. Don't know. Sounds
love
cool.
Pumpkin Guts.
Casper Kelly, who directed Too Many Cooks and Adult Swim.
I love Too Many Cooks.
I love Too Many Cooks too, but that's all comedy, right? So he's doing horror.
It's dark comedy.
True.
Like if you watch Too Many Cooks, it gets dark.
He also did the Adult Swim Yule Log. So there's that. Michelle Pitt Norman and R.H. Norman, who did something called Cosmetic. Alex Ross Perry, who did something called Her Smell and Queen of Earth. Paco Plaza, no relation to Aubrey Plaza, who did REC, like Record, and Veronica. Those sound familiar. And Anna Zlakovic, who did Appendage. So I don't know these directors, but I can't wait to see their work. Apparently, like, as you know, if you've kept up with the VHS franchise, it's always been kind of a place for up-and-coming directors. In fact, the original one from 2012 had segments from Ty West, who we all know, Adam Wingard, Joe Swanberg, and even
Steven Spielberg.
Not Steven Spielberg, but Haunting of Hill House and Hush star Kate Siegel made her directorial debut in VHS Beyond with the Stowaway segment, and she co-wrote, it was written by Mike Flanagan. So like, there have been all sorts of great names on these VHS movies. I can't wait. I'm excited about the Halloween stuff.
The VHS films are very fun.
Yeah, they are fun. And the last couple, I remember there was like the sci-fi one last year, and there were like a couple segments that were good and others that weren't.
And I've said this a million times, I'm a broken record.
If
its rewatchability factor is high, I think it's a good movie. So I saw it once.
Yeah. Good call. The only one I think I've seen more than once is the original one. That one I thought was really well done.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, they played that in the theater?
Yeah, I think it was like a quick week or something.
Oh, quick week. Good old quick week. Okay, so a new teaser trailer just dropped for Osgood Perkins' next film. It's called Keeper. Now, this is going to be Perkins' 3rd film with Neon. He did Longlegs, he did The Monkey. And now, Tim and I watched the trailer. It's pretty short, doesn't give much away. It's really just, you're seeing all these shots of women through what looks like various time periods.
Right. They're doing everyday things, and then you see them doing their everyday things, but then screaming.
Then they start screaming and there's blood all over their face. But did you get the feeling that a couple of them were from like different time periods?
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't all in like 2025.
But they're all looking at the camera as if the camera is someone they're with. So
it's kind of like The Office.
Yeah, I mean, yes, without any context of the subject matter there. But you then hear a woman at the very end, it's only like 40 seconds, says, "This place isn't right for me." Apparently it's being called a dark trip from Osgood Perkins, which makes me think it's going to be more in line with Longlegs than The Monkey, because The Monkey was like comedic.
Yeah.
The log line for the film is Malcolm and Liz take a romantic anniversary trip to a remote cabin. When Malcolm unexpectedly leaves for the city, Liz finds herself alone and confronted by a sinister presence. Now, I didn't get any of that in that trailer. Did you?
I killed Liz. I killed the team dream.
Deal with it. But did you like hearing that summary and then thinking of the trailer?
Honestly, it made no sense to me, but I think it's like he's kind of like Jordan Peele in the sense of like, hey, we're going to show you something and then come see the movie and we'll explain it.
And we're going to just fuck with your mind and everything. The other clip that was released like weeks ago, we had talked about was Tatiana Maslany, just her head on the like table scribbling over and over. Remember that? So he's trying to weird people out. It's working. I love that. It's making us all, like, oh my God, what is this movie going to be out? It comes out on November 14th. So look out for Keeper and you can check out the teaser and let us know.
After Halloween?
Yeah, I think it's one of those, like, there's so many horror movies that come out in Halloween, it might be smart to wait and have that post-Halloween slump,
Because horror never goes out of style.
Horror, yes. So let us know in the comments if you saw the teaser trailer, what you think. Another piece of news, and I thought we already kind of knew this, but now it's been official. In a Violent Nature Part 2 begins production this September. Now, we interviewed the director.
I loved that. I loved talking to him.
We loved that interview. We loved that film. But I thought when we interviewed him, he was already filming the sequel.
Maybe they stopped.
And then they got, I can't even remember. Money. Like sometimes we do a lot of interviews and sometimes I intermix them, but I thought when we talked to him, he was already in the midst of it. Either way.
It was in the process.
Yes. Well, filming will be in Canada again, where they shot the first one. And the only thing that's been said about it is the producer, Peter Kulowski, said that In a Violent Nature was originally conceived as a meta sequel within a fictional slasher series. So we were always imagining mayhem beyond the scope of the original film. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, of course, but you needed to see how the movie did first, and it did really well. And so now they know they can make this a whole series. So, like, if they asked you, like, what do you want to see from the sequel? What would you want?
I'm a huge fan of a score, and I know that
they have no music.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, ambient sounds or whatever.
Right. So it's like you're getting the nature and you're getting the footsteps, and I like that. And especially on a big screen, it's so much fun.
But do you like the music, the moment?
I need the music in the moment.
Yeah, I see that. A couple things. But
I can deal.
Yeah, are they going to bring the final girl back? Are they going to bring Lauren Marie Taylor back?
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Obviously Johnny, the villain, will still be in it. Are we going to get the same point of view where we're always traveling with him? I'm assuming they wouldn't change that because that's the formula. It's a very simple formula.
Well, remember Blair Witch Project 1999 and then the sequel in 2000? They're like, hey, it's a full-blown movie and we've got everything. It's beautifully shot.
You're right, and then it failed miserably. So yes, take a lesson from Blair Witch. Don't switch out the formula. Keep the formula that worked. Give us more. You know what I want? Crazier kills than the yoga death. Even crazier.
You know what? I love an inspired death.
I want to see someone. Remember how her head was pulled through her stomach? Yeah. I want to see someone's head pulled through their butthole.
Well, then it's not a horror movie. That's a comedy.
I'm sorry. That just came to mind. I was just like,
that just came to mind.
How else can they one up that yoga kill? Like they. Tim, that's what I'm going to say. Tim Murdoch, pull head through butthole.
You know what? Stranger things have happened.
Stranger Things?
Stranger
Season
Things.
5. Okay. And then our last piece of news is that the original film elements, now I don't quite understand what elements mean other than like footage, of George Romero's Day of the Dead have been located and are being restored in a 4K release. So apparently, so 2025 is the 40th anniversary of Day of the Dead. And apparently Jeff Rowland, the producer and manager of video production at Shout, said He was ecstatic after finally locating it and can't wait to begin the restoration process so this all-time classic can finally be presented in all of its gory glory. Now, it's just weird. Like, why are they calling it elements? Just do they mean scrapped footage?
I mean, if that scrap footage is then blended in, is it going to be like the way Silent Night, Deadly Night was when they like it completely changes? I know that they were like adding more time and kills and blood.
Yeah.
But the change in the
quality,
it changes 100%,
and it changes over and over. I'm hoping that
I think they'll do a better job.
Well, when he said restoration and he's restoring all of it together, maybe it can all be in the same quality, and hopefully that's 4K. But again, they haven't really said specifically how much footage are in these elements. It sounds like it's a lot more gore and things that they cut probably, but it's just cool. Like any of these movies that we can look back on and think, oh my God, we didn't get to see the full original director's cut and now we can. That's awesome. Apparently it's going to be, so they're working on this new restoration for the 4K Ultra HD. The release date is TBD, but in addition, Day of the Dead is returning to select theaters and drive-ins to celebrate the 40th anniversary starting this month through Halloween.
Wow, that's cool.
Now, here's the only thing though. I went on the website to look at the theaters that were playing it, and it's like few and far between. There are none in Southern California, only Northern California.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would think that we're supposed to be the showbiz mecca.
I guess I thought they would at least start with like the big cities like LA, New York, Miami, Chicago. There's some
Columbus, Ohio.
Apparently, yes, exactly. They're going to be adding more and more screenings, but if you, our listeners and watchers, would love to find a theater that's playing Day of the Dead or look if there's one near you, you can go to, it's a really short URL. It's day40th.com, as in day40th.com. And then you can look for the theaters playing it. But again, I'm hoping they're going to add more theaters as we get closer to LA, to Halloween, because it's weird that they haven't even had one in LA.
I just can't believe it's 40 years old.
85. It came out in July of 1985.
Wow, there's a lot of 40th to celebrate this year.
Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning.
That's right.
What else came out in
Return of the Living Dead.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
That's right.
What else came out in 85? Did not Gremlins,
84.
Goonies.
84. No. Goonies is 85.
Okay.
Good job, Matt.
One more. Oh God, 85. Back to the Future?
Yes.
Oh my God, I got it. Look,
good job, Matt. You win.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, well, thank you for watching. Let us know what you think of these stories, or if you have any comments in our comments. We love engaging with everyone. So we'll talk soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.